Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Mizamani G. It's time to review the latest survival horror thriller. This one is called Deep Water. Oh no! Crashing in a shark-infested ocean? Say it ain't so!
Y'all ready for this?
Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Mizamani G. So, Deep Water is a 2026 American survival horror thriller film. It was directed by Renny Harlin. The film was written by Pete Bridges, Shane Armstrong, S.B. Krause, and Damian Power. Now the film stars Aaron Eckert, Ben Casey, Angus Sampson, and Molly Bell Wright. Now, in this film, a group of international passengers en route from Los Angeles to Shanghai are forced to make an emergency landing in shark-infested waters where they must work together in order to survive or get eaten up by sharks. Now, horror fans, I'm pretty sure you know that ever since American filmmaker Steven Spielberg gave us the 1975 horror classic Jaws, horror filmmakers have become obsessed with making shark related horror films. We have seen our share of feral horror films that includes one of nature's most efficient killing machines, sharks. I mean, be it a great white shark, mako sharks, bull sharks, or even the genetic kind, horror filmmakers will do anything to try to duplicate what Jaws did when it comes to shark horror films. Now, recently, filmmakers have been using a premise where they'll put a young person or a group of young people together, have them stranded in the middle of the ocean or in the middle of nowhere while trying to survive the elements. They also have to fight off a group of sharks as well. I mean, films such as The Shallows, Open Water, The Reef, and Thrash are examples of the films that we have seen where filmmakers are using this premise in shark horror films. And that brings us finished filmmaker Renny Harlin's latest project and entry into this survivor horror thriller subgenre. This one he calls Deep Water. Now, the setup is kind of simple as we see a group of passengers boarding an international flight from Los Angeles to Shanghai on a fictional airline called Northeastern. Now, as the movie again, we get introduced to all the main characters in some short clips, such as co pilot Ben, a girl named Cora who is traveling with her father and his new wife and her son Finn, and Lily, a member of an esports team, and her captain Sam. Those kind of are the main characters that we get to see. There's some other characters also get introduced there, but those are the three main characters that the film focuses on in this film. Now, the flight goes smoothly until a fire breaks out in the plane's cargo hold, and despite the crew's best efforts, the fire spreads onto the plane's engines, causing an explosion. Unfortunately, left with no other choice, the flight crew crashes to the ocean, with the plane breaking into three sections after hitting the coral reef. Now, stranded in the middle of the ocean, Ben and the rest of the crew try their best to find survivors and also fend off attacks from sharks as well. That's kind of what the film is all about. Now, after the disaster that Renny Harlin found himself in with the Strangers trilogy, oh boy, I bet he regrets that. He's back into his familiar warehouse making action films. And the film looks great and really knows how to create the type of kind of atmosphere that is needed for a film like this one. I mean, the film is paced very nicely. As I stated before, we get to see an introduction to all the important characters. You have Ben, that character played by Ben Eckhart. We see the family, Cora's family, and struggles that she has with her father, his new wife, and her stepson, Finn. And we get to see Lily along with Sam and some of the stuff they're going through on the esports team. We see all those, they're all pacing nice together, and it's a nice way to start the film. And while the film does look great, the story is also filled with cliche characters and a predictable plot, as the filmmakers really didn't add anything new that we haven't seen before in films like this one. I'm pretty sure people will have Thrash come to mind when watching this film too. One of the main problems that I have with the film is the cause of the crash because it's dumb and it should have been avoided due to today's technology to prevent something that happens in the film like this. But of course, we have to suspend our beliefs because without that, we don't have a movie. Now, we do have one character that I'm sure everyone will hate and can't wait to see if anything bad happens to that character. I won't say it, But if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. We have the typical child in danger cliche that happens too many times in this film. And we have the we're about to be rescued moment, but again, we know they won't be. It seems like filmmakers always use these type of cliches. It's the child in danger cliche or we're about to be rescued moment, but then again, you're not going to be rescued. Now, despite these cliche characters in the particular plot, I still found the film enjoyable, mainly due to the acting of Aaron Eckhart and others. They did a pretty good job. Now, while Ben is your typical good leaning man, but with flaws character, Aaron does a good job of making the audience care what happens to him. It's obviously he is struggling with something. That's why he should have, according to Ben Kingsley's character, should have been a captain by now, but he is struggling with something. We don't get to know that till later on in a particular film, but it's the typical cliche characters. But thanks to Aaron Eckhart's acting, he does a good job. He makes the audience care what happens to him. The same goes to Molly B. Wright. That's the child actor who plays Cora, who is resentful of her father's new marriage, but as the film goes on, does show that she's care about finding her stepbrother Finn because she did make a promise to her father she's going to look after him, and that's basically what she does in the film. There's some other stuff that happened in this particular film, quite predictable moments, and again because of the predictable plot and the cliche characters, but again because of how well paced the film is and how well Rennie directs action films, it's still entertaining. Also, Rennie and his team does a great job with the sharks. I'm pretty sure most of them are CGI, but he still makes them dangerous enough to create the type of tension and suspense needed for a film like this. And I also love the fact that they use some great practical effects, or I should say special effects, when the sharks attack. Now, we don't get to see a lot of gore, but we get to see enough to know what's happening to the people in the film. So, like with Thrash that was released earlier this year on Netflix, this was a very good and suspenseful survivor horror film despite the cliche character and predictable plot. I actually did enjoy this one, and I believe you guys will enjoy it too. So, I'm going to give Deep Water 3 out of the miser's 5 bloody gold coins. Yes, I really did enjoy this one. Like I said before, a very predictable plot, a lot of cliche characters, but it's still an enjoyable film to watch. I believe you guys will enjoy it too. And there you have it, my horror fans. That is my video and review of Deep Water. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Have you seen Deep Water? What do you thought about it? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Leave your comments in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about the film. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscriber button, ring that notification bell. That way we notify anytime when I put up new videos such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember, horror rules. And I see you in my next video. Guys, stay safe out there.